Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Battle Damage Velociraptor. Now, this is a repaint of the Battle Damage Blue that I reviewed a while back, and there is actually one thing that's different about this figure besides the paint. Usually when it comes to repaints, I try not to look at them. I've reviewed some repaints in the past, but I try not to because they're more or less the same figure, just with a different color, but there is actually one thing that's different about this figure than the original blue figure, and unfortunately, it's not for the better. So, yeah, we'll talk about that when we talk about the articulation. But to start, we'll talk about the paint, and the painting on this figure is good. Not really colors I would personally choose, but still, the colors here look good. I feel like, like, as you can see here, most of the figure here is like a yellowish color with like brown for the top. And I feel like, something that'd look really cool if this figure was just, like, all brown, like this, and just have, like, black, like, stripes going down the body. Like, that would look great, and it would look, like, very reminiscent of the original Jurassic Park Raptors. And I just feel like that would look absolutely incredible. But that's just me. But, anyway, going to the head here, we can see that the eyes are painted yellow with black pupils, but there is one thing that's weird that I have noticed about, like, this isn't just on mine, but this is on, like, a handful of figures. One eye is looking down, while the other eye here is looking up. So, like, if you do look at this, like, if you can see it, it does look a little doofy, but honestly, if you can, like, just, like, I guess sort of, like, angle it in a way where you can just see one eye, I guess it's not the end of the world. And honestly, like, I know these, like, Mattel figures are, like, mass-produced, so, like, of course, like, quality control, even though that's something that would definitely help this line, I do understand, like, for the most part, yeah. And again, like this eye thing, it's not the end of the world, but still something I feel like that should be worth pointing out. So, yeah. Anyway, the inside of the mouth, we can see pink for the tongue, and for the membranes on the side of the mouth here. The teeth are painted a bonish white, which does look nice. The claws, unfortunately, are not painted, however the toenails are painted. A pretty gross color, might I add. I feel like gray would have looked a little nicer than this, but I digress. On the underside, we have the scan code and the Jurassic World logo there, and the battle damage bit is painted red. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. The painting on this figure is good for the most part. I like it. I would have preferred, like, an all-brown raptor and just sort of have, like, black stripes going down the body. That would look great and, like, look very reminiscent of the original JP Raptors, but honestly, this, like, color scheme I feel like is fine. So, painting on this figure, I feel like is good. So, the painting here, I'd say gets 3/4 of a pass. Now take a look at the articulation, and this is where the figure declines from the original blue. We'll talk about that in a second. All the joints here, they're the same. The arms can move the same, way as blue. So I'm not really going to go into too much detail here. If you really want to know, then go look at my blue review. So yeah, all the the articulation here is the same, except for this bit with the mouth here, because as you can see, blue here, she can close her mouth, like, perfectly fine. However, like, the mouth can open like that, but if you try closing it, it doesn't. I've talked to people online, and I've heard stories about how, even, like, blues, they found, like, they weren't able to, like, close their mouths. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on here, and it's not like it's just mine. When I went to Walmart when I got this, like, a while back, I think it was, like, December or January, something like that. I basically walked in. There were two of these figures. One was in worse shape, but still, like, I tried closing the mouth on this one, and it didn't close. And same with the other one, the mouth just would not close. So, this is probably just, like, a new design choice by Mattel, which I don't get at all, but still, I guess it's something, I guess. So, yeah. But other than this mouth bit, the rest of the articulation is still very solid. So, the articulation here, I'd say gets a pass. Now take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpting on this figure looks great. This looks less like the raptors from Jurassic World and more like the raptors from the original Jurassic Park, and I do like that. And that's why I like going back to the paint. I feel like an all-brown raptor with like black stripes going down, and even like a creamy sort of color like underbelly here. I feel like that would look very nice on a figure like this, because like I really like the sculpting here. It looks very spot on to the raptors from Jurassic Park. I mean, yeah, big feet, but honestly, it's whatever. Sculpting looks great. I absolutely love it. So the sculpting on this figure gets a pass. Now take a look at the detailing. And the detailing on this figure is also very good. So the detailing on the head here, if my camera can focus, looks very nice. All of the scaling and everything, very well defined. And even, especially on top of the head, that especially looks great. But anyway, all the creasing on the side of the neck looks alright as well. And that creasing continues all the way through the body here. And going to the forearms here, or just the arms, I guess. Yeah, a lot of nice musculature, and even the scaling, very nice looking. And yeah, again, more creasing. Just the detailing here, very well defined, and I do like how the detailing looks here. And all the creasing, and especially the musculature here, all the musculature looks really good here. I like it a lot. So very well defined. And the feet here are also detailed very nicely as well. Going to the tail here, we have more creasing. And again, all of this just looks really good. And yeah. So if we push this, the detailing for the battle damage bit here also is painted very nicely. So, or detailed very nicely, I should say. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. I really like the detailing here. It's not perfect, but, you know, for a little, like, $10 figure, it is very good. You know, the detailing looks very good. I do like it a lot, so the detailing on this figure gets a pass. So, at the end of the day, should you get this? I'd say yes, but, again, if you can somehow find one that has, like, the ability to actually close its mouth, then I'd say definitely go for it. If you already have the blue, again, I'd say go for it, because, like, these two, like, if I had to choose one, like, I don't like blue, but if I had to choose one, I'd have to say this one, because the mouth can actually close. This one, mouth is just sort of, like, stuck open, which is kind of weird. Like, I'm sure people can find a way to, like, customize this, but, still. This is still a pretty good figure for what it is. It's not like, you know, the highest of quality or anything like that, but again, for what it is very nice, and I do like it a lot. So, yeah. Anyway, if you want to know how big it is, then here it is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And of course, the raptors in Jurassic Park, they're not scientifically accurate, which is not a problem by any means. I know people out there complain that Jurassic Park, like, it's not scientifically accurate. Those people annoy me, but yeah, if you want all the sizing, as far as Jurassic Park goes, this looks very spot on, so yeah, I do like the scaling here a lot. And also, sanitizer. Stay clean, stay safe. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.